be like the next biggest story if Phil were to complete his career Grand Slam. After playing mainly on the Champions Tour for a while, and then moving over to LIV, I think if he came back and won the U.S. Open this year, it would be a massive story for golf and would go down in history.
I've got a sleeper that I think is gonna end up rounding out my lineup.
Is it Michael Thornbjorn or whatever his name was?
Thornbjornson? No, I'd take Michael. Where is my boy? What's my boy at?
Yeah, what's his price? I didn't even look it up when you mentioned him earlier.
Thornbjorn. He's 6,200.
Sleeper right there. Sleeper.
It's not.
I know it's not. Give me your real sleeper.
No, that's why they call it a sleeper, because I still haven't pulled the trigger on it. We'll find out if I end up going with Kevin Kisner.
So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for Bud's lineup this afternoon, Wednesday, June 15th, for his sleeper pick. Look, check out his lineup close, because he's obvious. I have a sense we're going with some different lineup strategies here. I didn't plan on building my lineup live on the show here, but
I like it.
I you know what? I put it together and I just liked it so much that I'm going to fire it off.
And I'm the one over here drinking on the air. No, actually, I'll tell you right now, my sleeper, because I'm actually kind of proud of it. The more I think of it, and it is kind of going all in on one aspect and one aspect only. But when I think about a player who, if you take the bomb, like the bomber out of it, like you can be a bomber and that doesn't mean shit this week. I mean, unless you're Rory and you're a bomber who can hit it 350 with a tight little draw and onto a landing strip.
Sure.
But is Kevin Kisner. Because he still is top 10 in putting, especially he's 8th on POA, top 10 overall. And if this turns into if this turns into a short game fest, that's his bread and butter. If he can, and he's always talked about he's never going to win a major because Augusta's not set up for a guy like him. Well, no, it's not at 7,800 yards. Southern Hills, Kiowa at 8,000. This is set up for a guy like a Kevin Kisner who hits a 260 little fade mechanically every single time and can just find a fairway. And from a 150 in, that's where this game is going to be played. This entire major is going to be won 150 yards in, because guys, when they do miss the fairway, are going to have to get up and down from 120, 100 yards in just to save par. That's Kevin Kisner to a T. So he's a wild card in the sense that recent form isn't wonderful, but he also hasn't been shit in the bed. It's not like so I don't know. He might be the linchpin that frees up also $100 extra that then does some other things for me, that domino effect. Because I started looking down at the 6K range thinking, is there anybody down here? So Bulldog Nation, we might have to come together, not for Brendan Todd, but yes, we'll come back to Brendan Todd, but for Kevin Kisner at the US Open. You heard it here first.
I don't hate the Kisner call out. Because look, the fact of the matter is he ranks out 38th in my model, so he's in that top end. So technically, I'm predicting him to make the cut according to my model. So I don't hate the Kisner. What makes me nervous about the Kisner pick is, like you said, the recent form is he's not necessarily playing great at the moment. But because of his putting and his strokes gained approach, he can definitely pull it together. It's all about if he can hit the fairway. And the fact that what we've seen out of Kevin Kisner in the past 3 years in the different U.S. Open formats, which tend to play, like we said, these tougher, more strategical formats, he's got two finishes, higher than 45th. I think it was like 49th and 55th, and then a missed cut in the last 3 years at the U.S. Open. He's a toss-up. If he puts it together, he's the type of guy who could surprise and jump into your top 10, top 20, and easily make your money back. So if you're looking for that shot in the dark, I don't hate it.
We'll see. We'll see this come. We'll see coming up later on this afternoon, and then we'll see again on Saturday who is eating crow and who is popping bottles. And I will just say thank you again once to Piper for your wonderful product and everything you are doing to support us, and in the Clutch Apparel. As always, to the boys and girls at Fantasy National, and thank you so much, Mom and Dad at Belly Up, for letting me once again crash your party. Back to you in the studio, Andrew.
Yes, and that does bring us to the end of this episode of Divots and Pivots, the U.S. Open edition. And like we said, this Saturday, June 18th, at the Clubhouse of Middleton, Massachusetts, We will be live there. We will be 4 to 7 p.m. You can come. You can play golf on the simulators with us. You can shoot the shit with us. You can watch us get roasted by the guys at the Scoreboard Addicts. You can hang out and watch golf with us. We're just going to be having a good time. And you can come or listen in and have your chance to win a Piper Golf hat of your choosing. We'll figure that out. We'll reach out to the winner and have them choose. But as always, come check us out. We will be live Saturday from 5 to 6:30, but we will be on location from 4 to 7 at the clubhouse in Middleton. As always, check us out on tikilive.com, Belly Up TV on Roku and Apple TV, and everywhere you get your podcast, weekly, daily, however you choose it, take it in. We love you guys, and we will see you Saturday, June 18th. Have a great week, guys.